and welcome to another video. So today both Dan and I are racing. He's just gone off for his race, but today I'm racing, or we're both racing the Weaver Valley Cycling Club road race. He's doing the men's version of the trophy, I can't remember what it's called, but I'm doing the Terry Veal Trophy. So my race doesn't start till 2:30 this afternoon. It's currently 10 o'clock and Dan's just gone off. The weather, as you can see, lovely. Standard summer weather. It's 30th of June and it's flipping raining. But yeah, so my race is a 2-3-4, Dan's is a 3-4. They've just rolled out. Bye! And full fill for the bloke, so that's good. For ours, not so much, but it's pretty standard. It's been, the HQ is out of the local football club. There's only one working toilet. Brilliant. No fault for their own though. They had a party last night and it completely ruined the place. So ideal before a bike race. So yeah, join me in getting ready for this race and yeah, standard sketch. Just get cracking on with it. So as part of my pre-race nutrition today, I did have a really big breakfast of massive bowl of oats, just a bit of a carb load. But because my race is this afternoon, I've got some rice pudding, and I do go quite well off this sort of stuff. And then to go with it as well, some nice squeezy jam as well to give it a bit of flavour. So just like what I did before Grarlock, I'll just carb load a bit more. I've got some breakfast bars as well. I've only got one gel with me, but the race isn't really long. It's only like, I can't even remember, 40 something miles. So I should be okay, to be honest, and it's not exactly hot or anything, as you could tell. But yeah, I'm gonna go get a coffee, hopefully chill out for a bit, and then I'll just slowly get ready for my race in a couple hours. But yeah, the start of the race isn't for what, it's 2 miles down the road, so it's neutralised for 2 miles, so it's not exactly that close either, which is a bit annoying. So I might try and get out to Dan's race as well, but we'll see how it goes, because as I said, the weather is not exactly looking that sprightly. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Dan's group to come through. The front lot had come through, and here's his group just here. As you can tell, obviously I did make it out to go watch his race. I think this is the second to last lap, and there he is on the back. Yeah, and I think that was him in probably 10th place-ish. Here I am, having made it to the finish line, which is a nice flat finish. Just waiting for him to... There he is, sprint finish for 6th place in the end. So this is me rolling up to the start of my race, just hanging out at the back. The commissaire's given us a quick little briefing before we all roll out, but yeah, it's a pretty chilled start. Like I said, it was a 2 mile neutralised, and within that 2 miles, as you'll see in just a second, I'll go straight to it. There's a set of traffic lights to get through as well, and we stopped there for a little bit. So yeah, a bit of a strange one to get to the course itself, but all in all, it was okay. It was not too bad. So here's those traffic lights, and then yeah, just went green and following the com car now to get onto the actual course itself. So here we are at the start of the first lap, I think. Yeah, because the Comcast's still on the front there with the flag. And any minute now, any second, he should be dropping that flag and then we're off. As you can tell, the road surface isn't too bad. I mean, there were some parts of it that were pretty sketchy, to be honest. But yeah, overall, it was an alright race. Well, having filmed this a couple of weeks ago now, one or two bits of it were from memory quite difficult, but I'll show you that in these clips going forwards. But for now, just enjoy the footage I have got from the first lap, and then I might put a few extra bits and pieces in towards the end, because I'm not quite sure what the GoPro caught. Obviously it would have run out of either battery or memory, but yeah, I've got at least the first full lap, so yeah, continue watching if you want to see the entire thing. If not, just feel free to skip through. Some of you might notice that the pace has just suddenly increased there, so obviously the flag has been dropped and now we're actually racing, and the pace definitely increases quite a lot from this point on. And from what else I can remember now was yeah, it was quite a fast race, to be fair. It was actually quite a hard race too. Yeah, and there's a rider from Stolen Goat race team who attacked as soon as the flag went, and then that was her. She basically broke away and just basically rode away from all of us. And then from that point on, her other teammate, Melissa, just there in the orange and black, she basically disrupted any sort of working group we managed to get together. And then there's another girl on the London Academy team, whatever, in the pinky orangey top. She had a teammate also managed to go with her. So yeah, between Melissa and the other one that's on the left hand side there, just in front of number 19, yeah, her and Melissa worked together to just disrupt the whole group of girls working together to be able to close that gap down. I think we initially went from, I think it was like 30 seconds or something, so not really that big, but the continued disruption and then the lack of people willing to work on the front meant that, well, by the end of the race, I think the last lap or two, we basically just sat up because the same people were working, no one else was willing to put any work in, and it just, the work we did get, I mean, it just kind of fell apart. So in a bid to try and save energy for the final lap, obviously it was going to come down to the sprint finish between this little group of us, whoever managed to hang on. Obviously just trying to save some energy for that, but obviously you'll see that, well, you won't see it, but I mean, yeah, you'll just see this first lap unfold. Those two girls have gone down the road, and then the rest of us are just try to work together, but getting thwarted in our attempt to do so. I definitely did way too much work in this race, way too much. Memories flooding back now that I was actually quite done in after this race, because I definitely did way too much work, but hey ho, live and learn. You got to try a few things sometimes, haven't you? So yeah, it's just the way it goes. But yeah, continue to keep watching this first lap, or like I said, just skip through. this race, people were quite good at calling out things in the road, like just there was holes in the road surface, and the volunteers on the course, the marshals, they were good at, you know, waving any things going on around the course, like, I don't know, potholes and such. So yeah, from that standpoint, the people around in the peloton, I'll say peloton, but in the bunch, were good at calling things out, and yeah, the marshals were pretty spot on as well. So as you can tell, the pace has sort of settled again now. I think Melissa, she put an attack in just before that last left-hand bend. Here we go, someone's just attacking now of that brother team. That was the other thing about this race as well, there was quite a lot of attacks. So you felt like you had to keep chasing stuff down initially. I think, yeah, most of the laps were like that, to be fair, apart from, like I said, the last like 1 or 2 laps where well, there weren't really any attacks. Everyone decided to step and just save some energy for the bunch sprint at the end. But yeah, there was so many attacks in this race, which obviously made it a lot harder. The I'm not sure how to say the team name. The girl in the black, white and green kit on the left, she was pretty strong, and she did quite a lot of work as well, to be fair. So fair play to her. Melissa from Stolen Goat race team, she did quite a lot of work, and she kind of made it quite a hard race too. She drove a lot of the attacks as well. Like I said again, she was disrupting our flow a bit. I mean, you can kind of see the 2 girls right in the front there as well. They're not really that far, but you know, when you can't get a group working together or spin disrupted all the time, you can't get the momentum or the fluidity to work together to bring that gap down. But so yeah, fair play to the girls for disrupting and, you know, allowing their teammates to get down the road really. So yeah, some parts of the course are pretty fast as well, to be fair. There was some decent sort of not decent downhills, but kind of, it was a bit lumpy in places. Okay, I'm not really on the front, but kind of on the front. Don't know what I'm doing. That's the other thing about these races. The more I do, the more I learn about positioning and where to put myself, and, you know, trying to measure my effort and all these sorts of things. So yeah, this season's been really good for that. I've learnt quite a lot this season. So yeah, just try and build on this for next year now. But yeah, good race, like I said, just really hard. But yeah, so I'll leave you to continue watching. You know when you look back at things and you think, what the hell are you doing? Like, why am I so far out on the right hand side? What wheel am I sitting on? What am I doing? Just, yeah, I don't know. I think this part of the course was the fastest bit. It was a slight downhill, so yeah, you could get some pretty decent speed on this bit, which was quite good. But then what wasn't good was the manhole covers right in the centre of the road. So yeah, I did hit them like once or twice at full pelt. So yeah, quite well, a bit rubbish hearing your chain hitting your frame going full whack down this hill. Yeah. So I remember this part of the course again, it was going off like a main drag and then left-hander into this sort of lane, and it did get quite narrow. It was downhill as well, and the road surface was pretty crap in like the sort of middle section of it, and I remember pretty much every lap having to like bunny hop over this like mismatched concrete interval bit in it. I don't know how I should describe it, but it was like, it wasn't a pothole, it was a pothole. That bit there maybe, but yeah, it was just rubbish, and then it went immediately into a bit of a drag and an uphill, and then hitting this every time at like full pelt, you had to kind of like measure the effort to get to the top of the drag, and every time I'd feel like, well, I preferred being on this side that I am now. I know I'm not following any wheels or whatever as usual, but I found it quite easy to kind of get to the front every time. And then there was a couple of occasions where I'd get on the front and just try and, like, not drill it, but put a bit more effort in just to try and, like, crest over the hill, try and stay on the front and maybe, like, hopefully stretch the race out a bit. Maybe necessarily drop one or two people off the back, I don't know, probably not that as strong as like that, essentially, but just to try and make life a bit more difficult for people, hopefully. But yeah, it was quite cool just to try and influence the race like that somehow. The supporters here were pretty cool too. Yeah, these guys too. It was nice to hear like people on the course like shouting us a bit of support and things. But we're pretty much coming up to the end of the first entire lap now, because at the top here, what would happen on the final lap, we'd go around this left-hander, and then instead of turning off again, the finish line was basically just straight on up that road where I filmed Dan coming across the line. So yeah, a bit of a sprint finish on that, and I ended up placing, I think, was it 11th or something? Oh god, I can't remember. I know it was just outside the top 10, but basically because I had done too much work on the front, my legs were pretty toast, so I didn't have quite enough beans left for the sprint finish at the end. But you know, like I said, you live and learn. But it is what it is. As you can see, like I'm still on the front after that, after cresting that hill, and sometimes it was quite difficult to get people to come through because obviously they didn't want to work, they didn't want to put their nose into the wind or you know whatever. But you know, that's racing for you. Hopefully this sort of onboard footage gives you a good idea of that too. So I'm going to wrap it up there, but that's pretty much how the race went. A lot of attacking, a lot of slight inclines, slight downclines, going downhill and things. Yeah, hard race, but it was good. It was a good experience, to be fair. Not a bad circuit, and yeah. Well, more points, I suppose. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's just taking ages to get this thing flipping edited. But there we go. That's the race. That's the Valley Weavers CC Trophy race. Maybe I'll do it again next year. Who knows? But for now, I'll leave it at that. Until next time, thank you for watching. And comment, like, subscribe, all those good things. And yeah, just keep the chat going in the comments.